Welcome back, it's Eddie here from Hiking Britain. Today on this cold, wet morning, I'm in Wasdale. We're about to climb up to Scafell Pike in some really challenging conditions. The route we're going to take is going to traverse along the bottom of Great Gable up to the emergency stretcher box where Styhead Tarn is roughly, and then head up through the corridor route up to the top of Scafell Pike. So if that's your thing, if you want to know what this particular route's like, what it's like getting to the top of Scafell Pike, hang around till the very end. But also I'm testing out what I'm hoping is going to be an amazing bit of kit, because it's going to be belting down a rain with high winds, with a wind chill of about -10 above 700-800 meters or so. Is this Paramore Ultra 3 jacket. It hasn't been really tested yet, and I'm going to explain it's the type of technology it uses to keep you warm and dry, and but I'll do that a little bit further on. So anyway, without any further ado, let's crack on. Well, I'm about, I don't know, 20 minutes, half an hour into the walk. It's starting to rain already. It is a bit breezy on the bottom here, which means it's going to be well, it's forecast to be anywhere between 40-50 mile an hour winds. On the top it's going to be quite challenging in the exposed areas. So a little bit about Paramore, the company. They were formed in 1992. They're a British company, and they work in partnership with Nic Wax. You'll have heard of Nic Waxenology, the cleaning substances that we use to clean and waterproof our jackets and stuff, but also in partnership with a non-profit organisation in South America, where they make the garments in a factory over there. And this non-profit organisation helps women escape abusive lifestyles that they're in, where they're forced into prostitution. So that money, a small proportion of the money that you buy when you purchase a Paramore garment, goes towards that particular charity and helps get those women out of those destructive lifestyles and become seamstresses in the Paramore factory. Well, I don't know if you can hear us or see us, but the conditions are awful. It's horizontal rain. It's already, we're probably only half the height of Scafell Pike. We're at the Mountain Rescue emergency stretcher box here, near Styhead Tarn. The wind's gusting to a point where it's already knocking us off balance. So I'm reconsidering our plan for today, because double the height, we're going to have double the problems in terms of weather. So hopefully you can hear us. The jacket's getting a real good testing today, which is what it's designed for. It's Nic Wax analogy called directionality, I think that's how you pronounce it. It works a little bit like animal fur. It's going to block most of the outer rain from getting in, but if it does get in through the outer layer, there's an inner layer with small hairs on it, which are going to trap the beads of water, and the internal of the jacket's going to heat that water up into vapour and push it back out, like pump it back out like animal fur. And it works exactly the same on the inside, is my understanding. Sweat from your body is going to pass to your outer wicking layer that you're wearing to the next garment, and those water droplets from your sweat will vaporise with the warmth and push it through to the outer layers and escape into the atmosphere. So it's kind of, the garment's meant to be kind of a circulatory system of self-drying and pumping out water vapour as it gets in from the outside and from the inside. That's my understanding of Paramore, and if it works to how we claim it works, it should work better than traditional Gore-Tex garments. So that's how Paramore works. I hope I made that, I explained that clearly, and you can hear me. But by God, this is a really cold and wet and windy conditions, exactly the perfect conditions to try out this garment. So I'm going to assess, whilst I'm here at the stretcher box, as to whether we're going to go on any further. Unfortunately, we've got about, I don't know, a third of the way up Great Gable. We decided to change plans to get back off the mountain quicker because of the conditions. We noticed Lily has cut one of the pads on her paw. She let out a yelp and it's bleeding a bit, so we've given a little bit of first aid. We're going to have to get off the hill, but the conditions are awful. But you know, the safety is paramount. You should never be afraid to bail out if the conditions are bad, or somebody picks up an injury, or your dog picks up an injury. You know, get out, especially when the conditions are challenging like this. And we just felt it coming back down the short way up Great Gable that we went with the wind. It's blasting off your back, the streams and water flowing off the rocks. It's slippy. Wow, yeah, challenging. In terms of wind and rain combined, I don't think I've been in much worse conditions than we were up there, going halfway up the Great Gable, where we had to abandon and come back. I dread to think what it was like on the tops, because where we got to, it was gusting probably 40 to 50 mile-an-hour winds, horizontal rain. It was bitterly cold, so you couldn't have put our kit and clothing through much more challenging conditions than that, actually. So I'm really pleased in that respect. But it's a 5-pocket jacket actually. It has a Velcro Napoleon chest pocket here, ideal for phone or your wallet or whatever, keys. And on the other side, chest pocket of a massive pocket here, ideal for keeping an ordnance survey map. We've got 2 waist pockets, hand warmer pockets, which are ideal as well. And inside, you've got an inner chest pocket, so brilliant for storage. I love the feel of the Paramore jacket, this nylon type jacket. It feels like some sort of comfortable tracksuit. It's not like your hard shell Gore-Tex layers, where in particular when you've got the hood up, everything crinkles and it's a bit stiff and uncomfortable. These are really comfortable to wear, including the hood, you know, which is certainly one of the best hoods that I've ever had on a jacket. I love it. How did it do? Well, in a minute I'm going to take it off and we'll find out if I'm wet underneath or not. Well, I can tell you, I absolutely, I don't know how much you can see of that. It's dry at the back there, but it's soaking wet at the front. My clothing, I doubt that's completely sweat, but I'm drenched. So there we go. What do I think of that? Well, in my experience, no clothing is waterproof as they claim, certainly in my opinion. They just have degrees of water resistance. Some items of clothing are more water resistant than others. They might be waterproof for a downpour or two, but after that they start deteriorating. But for me to be like this on the first time I wear a Paramore jacket is a bit worrying, if I'm honest. I mean, if I got stuck up on the mountain in conditions like this, freezing cold, raining, and I hurt myself in mountain rescue, had to be called, I'd be sitting there soaking wet, rapidly becoming very cold, and could get myself into some real difficult situations. Yeah. So anyway, I hope you liked the video. If you did, give us a thumbs up. Let me know what you think if you own a Paramore garment in the comments below, what your experience is of them in challenging wet conditions. Sorry I didn't manage to get to the top of Scafell Pike, I had to bail. I'll be checking up on Lily in a second with our cut paw. And until next time, I'll catch you later.